I have all my communication open, live chat, all messages visible. Bam,
Yep,
bam,
mine
bam,
too.
bam.
So welcome everybody.
Welcome.
As you guys already know, this we talked about this for a while. Me and Liz. In case you don't know, we used to be married. We were together for 11 years, and through circumstances, we're no longer together. But we do have a wonderful 11-year-old, about to be 12 years old, and about six was it? Yeah, about 6 hours
My gosh.
together. Liz.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining our live. Bam, 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 bam. Gotta give you guys your hearts. But yeah, we were married for 11 years. And we divorced around the age of when our son was about 8 years old. Um, we waited for he was about 3 months when we got married, and then we just kind of like we grew apart. Um, and then I couldn't have more kids, and I just separated from the marriage. It was a tough decision, but it was a decision I knew was best in the long run for us.
For,
And we co-parent amazing, but there were steps we had to take to get to where we're at in co-parenting because it wasn't easy in the beginning, you know, especially with
yeah.
like we had to like communicate on everything. It was like whether it was doctor's appointments, whether it was I felt like I over text you at times because or called because I was like, Jordan this, Jordan that. And I don't know how you ever felt about all that. I just want to make sure you were always in the loop. And I know sometimes it was probably overwhelming. So I don't know how you felt about all that.
Well, yeah. Post divorce, it was definitely more difficult. Trying to co-parent a healthy child because we knew the statistics of what happened if we were not, if the kid was raised in a broken household or two households. And so my thing is, you can have two households, but they don't have to be broken. If the parents communicate. It was difficult at first because now we had to make sure that we keep each other in the loop. We had to make sure that Jordan sees both of us on the same page because now that we're in different households, he could potentially play us against each other. That's a real life thing. We both started to date other people, and that can cause an issue. So it was definitely more something that was new to us, opposed to um, how things are now. We're way more. We definitely way more. We got a routine down. I'll say that for
Yeah,
sure.
I would say it did take some time. We've been uh separated 5 years, divorced 4, I would say,
Yeah,
because the
almost
divorce
4.
took a minute. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the thing about when you go through a divorce, it's not like when you're dating someone, you break up and it's it. You go through steps in a divorce. So,
yeah. Well, yeah, definitely for sure. Hey
hi,
Claire,
welcome
how are
in,
you?
Claire.
Welcome into
Welcome
our,
in.
our chat. We're talking
Thank
about
you.
co-parenting.
Hi, Ray.
Hello, Raylan. Yeah, we're
Thank
talking
you,
we're talking
Raylan.
about co-parenting. Me and Liz
Oh,
used to
thank
be
you.
that's cute. We used to be married a
Thank
long time
you.
ago, and now we're talking about co-parenting our son together. Um, but yeah, like I like to ask you some questions. You ready,
Oh,
Liz?
questions. I have hot cocoa. I think I'm ready with marshmallows. Let's go for it. Let's go for the
So,
questions.
what kind of co-parenting relationship would you ideally like for us to have?
To be honest, the co-parenting that we have right now has been
Thank you,
amazing.
Raylan. You too.
Hi, thank you. The co-parenting that we have right now, I absolutely love because we're communicating so well. Whether
Thank you.
Jesus loves you too, the communication level has been incredible. Right now he's 11, about to be 12, so he's hitting that stage where he's gonna be a teenager, and it's getting a
For
little
sure.
bit more difficult. And I'm a woman, so I'm not gonna know all the answers to what he needs. So sometimes I need to lean on you for explanations. Like, did I say this right? Was there anything I'm missing? Because his development is so important, so crucial. Like, he could fall into the wrong crowd. Anything is possible. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So the
For
fact that
sure.
we communicate so well, um, I think it's perfect, to be honest with you, the way it is right now. How do you feel about it?
I agree. I think we communicate pretty well. It is unusual for what we've seen, growing up. Usually, when people break up or they get divorced, there's animosity on both sides. But the fact that we managed to have that level of friendship, and I think it's important that we start off as friends, and we can talk about how we
Yeah.
first met. We start off as friends, and so even after the dissolution of our marriage, we still kept that communication. I think what we do is it's great. And even though I'm currently engaged, and I've been with my fiance for what 5 years now, and
Yeah.
it's understood that you and I must have a line of communication for our son.
Hey, Ghost. And I
Hey,
want to
Ghost,
say
welcome in.
hi. Thank you.
And yes,
Thank you,
Raylan, we're
Ghost.
having a great night. Actually, I just had a basketball game that we won. I'm a basketball
Oh,
coach as a side
congratulations.
hustle, and yes, we had a great night.
Oh, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
But I was gonna
All
say,
right.
I love how I'm very grateful that Evelyn is you guys are together because she understands the co-parenting. Hey, Queen. Welcome in, Queen.
Hey,
Welcome
Queen.
in. Hey, Team Sammy. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in.
Hi, King of Games, Australia. Love the
Oh,
name.
hi. Welcome in,
A
everyone.
Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you,
congratulations on
Queen.
the
I
win.
appreciate it. It was a tough game, but we won.
Yes,
Oh,
it was a
our
good
day
day.
was great. Thank you, Team Sammy. I had a great day actually. I'm cooking jambalaya right now, but and some baked
Jambalaya.
chicken. Yeah. Oh, thank you,
Man,
Ghost.
this
I
man
appreciate
can
it.
cook. This man's from the cook. Let me tell you, he could throw down and cook. Actually, you're the one that taught me really how to cook. I didn't know how to cook in the beginning of the marriage. Growing up, I wasn't really in the kitchen a whole lot, and you were the one to show me the way around in the kitchen. So thank you for that.
Oh, no problem. I always my mama's raised me to be a helpmeet to my spouse and to always assist in her growth as well as she assisted in mine. So it was very easy. I love cooking, so it was awesome. Oh,
It
thank you,
was good.
Queen.
Now he can
Thank you,
attest to
Queen
this.
Ghost.
I don't mind sharing this story about when we first were married and I tried cooking chicken and it was olive oil. The seasoning fell right off. He spit it out. He said, "What's this
It
olive
was
oil
it
chicken?"
was so it was so bad. It was so bad. And I'm a kind of person I am not. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Raylan. But I'm
Oh,
not.
thank you.
And make sure you subscribe to also Liz 441. Was it 41? Liz with three
Yes,
Z's 41.
thank you.
Uh,
Appreciate it.
hey Queen,
Yeah,
can you put
go
Liz's
ahead.
me and Liz's X in the comments and pin it, please?
Oh, thank you, Queen.
Oh, may I ask why did y'all break up? Sure, Raylan. We she talked before y'all came on. We were talking about that. We just grew apart. We wanted different things, and on top of that, she could no longer have kids, and I wanted a big family, and we discussed it. And she made the sacrifice because it was a sacrifice to allow me to go and find a person that I can bond with again and create a family. It was.
Yeah.
Thank you, King of Games.
It,
I appreciate it.
and I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't an easy decision, but it was a decision I knew that was gonna be right. And looking at the family now and your baby boy that's a year old, he was meant to be here. Beautiful family. Your fiance's, I love her. She's been
We
nothing but
sang
amazing.
Bro Q Meras por Mobilis. Right there, 22. I'm gonna give you. Okay.
Oh, thank
All
you,
right.
Queen. Thank you.
Thank you,
Oh,
Queen. I
I'm not.
appreciate it.
You have to pin it because you're on your channel. I
All right,
can't
I
pin it
got
on
you.
this one.
I
Thank you,
got it.
Queen.
There we go. But
Oh,
so I like 22. Okay, that's my favorite
yeah.
number.
Hello, welcome
Hey,
in.
Brad. What was it? Was it
That'll be
Fab? Hey, Fab. How you
that.
doing? Um,
No.
and
But
so
yeah, I
back to the
mean,
questions.
honestly, that was not an easy decision, but I like to say that I just foresee like where things were going and just wanted him to be, happy in the long run. And yeah, we both grown and learned from both of our life path and through our entire marriage and through the co-parenting. I feel like we've grown so much from the time we divorced till now. The growth, I think that's what it's about, is personal growth and the communication with raising Jordan. It's been incredible. Yeah,
Thank you. We appreciate it, Raylan. But I'm almost 40. She's 41. I'm
I'm
38.
41.
30. Well, about to be 38 in February. So we're not too young. but but I got a question for you. Um, how can we both reduce misunderstandings and improve our clarity when we communicate? What are some things, better yet, what are some things that we did do to improve our communication so that there's no misunderstanding?
I think it's just like being up forward right away instead of festering, like not saying anything and just assuming. I think that was my big thing is if I didn't understand like what you were saying to me, I would just assume what I thought and it could have been something else. So I've learned that to ask questions, to not assume anything. If I don't
For
know,
sure.
it's better to ask than assume. So
Yeah.
that's what I've
Thank
learned because
you. Is it
thank
Dante?
you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, I've learned to not assume anything. And if I don't understand something, that's okay. And to leave my
Bye, Raylan.
pride. Bye. Thank you, Raylan. To leave my pride to the side, like, oh, I know this or I know that, and actually take the time to understand where you're coming from. I think having compassion too and like communication
Thank you, Gamer
comprehension,
Boy. I appreciate it.
I think all those things are important. So if we're not communicating and there's a misunderstanding, we have to talk it out. And I think that's the most important thing is like, okay, let's find a common ground. If we're not understanding or whatever the case may be, let's have a common ground and meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. I will say one thing I learned from our marriage is the fact that I learned how to be a better communicator because I come from a very authoritarian household. So it's like my mom, how she raised us, it's like we kind of we were designed to kind of predict what she wanted, and then we kind of went about it that way. And so when I got with you, I was still very young, and I expected you to know because you were older. And so I'm like, oh, she's older, she should know what I want. And so whenever you didn't do it, I was like, what's going on? Like, why didn't you do this? Like, why were you not doing this? And so I again, instead of asking you or making sure you understood where I was coming from, I just assumed, assumed that you knew how to do it, not realizing that you come from a Middle Eastern household, and that's a different type of thing. You guys are kind of socialized different, and me coming from a African American Latin household, I was socialized different. So my whole thing, I was just very like socially like expectant for you to understand everything that I needed you to do. And whenever you didn't do it, instead of like trying to help you get to that level, I essentially just nitpicked and berated it. And that's something I learned because when I got with you, I was even 21 yet. I was 20, but I
That's the
but I
thing.
lied
Yeah,
and said I
I
was
was a little
21.
bit older than you, but I was a little bit more like kind of sheltered in a way. Like I don't
Yeah,
know. And and in my family, it was always like I was always shoot to the side. So a lot of things I didn't know to do because I was always like, "Oh no, I got it. I got it." You know, my mom's very like overly like helpful, so she doesn't really like let you help and do certain things. So there was things I didn't know how to do coming
yeah,
into a marriage that I learned and you've taught, but it's we were coming from different backgrounds.
for sure,
So
for sure. Um, Now that I have someone and you have dated someone before, but how do we to the chat? How did we respect each other's boundaries? Knowing for a fact that we had to respect our partners as well when you did have a boyfriend back in the day.
um
Like how we
how we respect each other's boundaries.
yeah,
I just think we just I don't know, I think we just knew how to do it. I don't know how to really explain how we did it. It's just like you just know there's a certain time to talk, certain time to text. It was
thank you,
just
Queen.
love the honesty, transparency. You guys are such amazing co-parenting skills. Thank you. I think it's just trying to be mindful that you have someone else, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like I said, I feel bad because I do tend to text you or call you about Jordan quite a bit, especially now that he's getting older. So I never know how Evelyn may feel about that, but I totally love the fact that she allows us to co-parent knowing that I'm raising a young boy, on my own, and I need that help coming from you because you're his father. So I think it's
yeah,
it's having you have the right partner. You have the right person that you're with that she understands that. So it makes it easier to co-parent. I think if you would have had someone that wasn't so understanding that may, be upset with you. I think it would make things more difficult for us to co-parent. But at the end of the day, it's about Jordan. Like he's an amazing kid, and we just want to see him thrive. So I think we have to like I have to respect the fact that you
Thank you,
guys
Ghost.
have your relationship and respect her and her boundaries as well. It's not just now it's not just you and I co-parenting. Now we have another person and I have to respect her as well as part of your family and your unit. So it's a big transition, really.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely had. I love the fact that in the beginning, while we were still going through the process of the divorce, and I was starting to like, you know, get more into Evelyn who she was. I brought her down, and you guys had a conversation. I think that's very rare. I don't know too many people who would introduce their ex-wife to their current girlfriend and they not try to beat each other up or pull each
No.
other hair out. You guys sit at the table. And the reason why I did that because I wanted you to understand that this is a person who's going to be around our child. And I didn't want to just assume that you were okay with it. I want you to meet her and talk to her. And you guys had a communication and y'all had, it was great. And I was like, man, it was nerve wracking. But the simple fact that you was able to have a communication or have a conversation with my fiance, even though, well, my girlfriend at the time, even though you were the outgoing wife, that's unique. That's extremely rare. You don't see a lot of that. And so I think that set the groundwork for Evelyn being that will make me love her more. Because one thing I would never do, I wouldn't, hey, mom of three boys, but I would never ever put a woman above my kids. If that woman is not my wife, she does not go above my kids. And so if Evelyn cannot handle the fact that you and I must have a conversation, we wouldn't be together. We just wouldn't. And so and I give you that grace, and that's amazing that you have that grace to like allow her to kind of ingratiate herself to both Jordan and to yourself because it's
Yeah.
very easy for you to like you could have blew that whole thing up because we were still technically married. You could have been like, nah, I don't want her down here, blah blah blah. I want her around my kid,
Oh
but
yeah.
you never did.
I
You never
never
did
did
that.
because we were
So
even though we were still married, living together, we were done. We were still living together because it was like COVID and all this stuff. I had nowhere to go, so
yep,
I was in a separate room. We were done, but
yeah,
I allowed you to move forward even though we were done. I wasn't gonna be vindictive. I wasn't gonna be mean to her. We had a conversation in the kitchen. You know what I
yeah. I
mean?
remember
I
that.
welcomed her. I
Yep,
welcomed her in. I was just like, I just even the conversation with me telling you about the divorce, we just sat down and I
we
explained the
talked about
reason
it.
why,
Yep,
and you didn't want the divorce, and I said, Believe me, you're gonna see why in the future." And now you see
yeah.
why. Now you
Oh
are
yeah, yeah,
blessed.
true. Yeah,
You
and
got your
I think
blessing.
that a lot of the time, I believe a lot of the times people want to hold on to something that is already done, and that's how you start. Like I liken it to a dull axe and a piece of wood. Like a dull axe can't cut wood, so the more you start to chop, you're actually damaging the wood and you're creating like chunks. You're not really cutting through it. And so that's what happens when a relationship is over. You're actually damaging each other, trying to stay together and try to hold on to something. But instead, we let it go. And
We
because
let
we
it
let it
go.
go, we was able to get that sharpness back, and now we're better people because of it. And we still have that friendship remained, that co-parenting, and to me, it's easier to co-parent with somebody you like on a friendship level than somebody you can't stand.
That's true.
And then
Shoot,
you
I
have
remember
that
having
outside
conversations.
influence.
We had a conversation, me, you, and Evelyn on the phone about me trying to go on dates about the guy with the no teeth, and she was over there cracking up.
Yeah, because you don't have to hate your ex or whatever. You know, I mean, you don't have to hate someone. Like to me, true growth. If you want to be honest, a person say, "Oh yeah, I'm over this. I'm over this." You're not over something if you keep on bringing it up. You
That's true.
cannot possibly be over something if it still gets to you. When you truly over something, it truly doesn't matter anymore. Like if you get a husband or whatever, I'm not gonna be like, oh, how can she move on? No, I'll be super happy. I'll be at the wedding. But some people be
Yep.
like, oh, I'm over it, but they're lying to themselves, and they still harbor that
Well,
anger. They still harbor that stuff, and they end up, they can't move past it.
do you have anyone in your department that has a good job that is single? Just kidding.
Well, actually, most of the people in my departments are female nurses, and all the
Oh,
male doctors are all married. So, but if I hear it,
mhm.
I'll pitch it your way. because anything a good partner for you is a secondary father to Jordan. And that's another thing
Yeah.
about it too. People say, "Oh, I don't want no one around my kids," but in order for that to be the case, I'll have to stop you from ever getting a man.
Yeah.
That's not fair. So the thing about it is, as parents, then no one can ever replace us. They can never replace us. So the fact of the matter, you having another man, I'm having a woman. That's just more protection, more insulation, more room for growth for Jordan.
Yes. That's true. Oh, shit, queen. Oh, I was live earlier. They were with me at the mall. They were cracking up earlier.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah, we
funny.
had a good time. We had a date. We had our first date, all of us.
Oh,
We ate
congratulations.
at Black Bear Diner. Yeah, they went out with me. We got Jordan's cake. It was really fun. I never done that before on a live, so that was really special today. But
Let's discuss dating after divorce.
ugh.
How was that? I mean, I can go first, but how was
Yeah,
dating
you
after a
go first
divorce?
because I have to brace myself. That's why I
Okay.
brought up the whole mall thing.
I would say I will count. I won't necessarily say after the divorce, but once you told me when you told me you were done, um, and like you said earlier, I didn't want a divorce. So everyone, I didn't want a divorce initially. And so when she told me she was done, I was kind of taken aback because I came from a a family where my mom and dad were married very young, and then they kind of went through a divorce. And I told myself that I'm never gonna have a divorce. I'm gonna fight for my family. I'm gonna do that. But Liz had foresight and future sight, and so her whole thing was like, no, go and be happy. So at first, I was kind of a stalwart. I was kind of like, no, I'm not gonna date anybody. She gonna see the error of her way. She gonna come back. Then once I realized that she was actually really, really like she was really done, I started to look out and start dating. At first, I dated as a revenge plot to make her. I want her to feel
Oh,
like,
I know
oh,
you
I'm gonna
did.
make. Yeah, I'm gonna
I
make
even
her
helped
feel,
him pick
man.
out his
I'm a
profile
date.
pic.
I'm a talk to girls. I'm gonna be all loud. I'm gonna bring a girl up. I was trying to like see if I can appeal to that old love that she had in her heart. Then after a while, I'm like, you know what? I can't do that. I can't be that way because honestly, it's not fair to her. It's not fair to myself. She said she's done. Why the hell would I chase someone who is actively running away from me? So after that, I dropped that part of it. I sought to actually date with purpose, which is one thing I will tell everyone in the chat. When you start to date with purpose. If you just want to fling, date with the idea and the notion that you want to fling. But if you want a long-term relationship, you put that type of energy forward. So I started looking for women who understood that I already had two kids. I want them to understand that I'm a person that I'm driven. I haven't started grad school, but I'm looking to starting grad school. I want them to understand that I'm gonna have communication with a ex-wife because I have a young son that need both of his parents. And then I start casting that net far and wide, dating apps, face-to-face dating, all that good stuff. And then I found Evelyn, who was younger than me, which I've never done. I've never dated a woman younger than me because I just didn't like that. But she was 5 years younger than me, which was so unique. And I'm like, there's no way a person 5 years younger than me could ever have the strength to deal with what I'm doing and what I'm dealing with. But lo and behold, she did. She refused to leave. I was trying to
That's
like
good.
I tried to give her a hardball like, hey, I'm gonna make her leave because I want to see, and she handled the pressure with grace, and we've been together ever since. So that's my journey through dating after divorce. But what about yours?
I did date. I had just one relationship. It only lasted like 6 months, and the guy was just talking down to me, which I didn't want around me or my son. Like I wasn't losing weight fast enough for him, I guess.
Thank you, Queen.
So I just Thank you, queen. I just didn't want that type of energy. Like I was in the process of losing weight and exercising, and the guy's like, "You're not doing enough." And do you know how to cook? Like just berating me. It started off good, and then his true colors came out. So I ended the relationship. I was like, I can't have that type of person around my son. It was about
Yeah,
self worth. So I started just focusing on myself. I still tried to date, but that's where I had to love myself. And what did I want? And like you said, dating with purpose. I really want a relationship that's going to be long lasting. And I always think about this person's going to be around my child. So what this person does or says or how they behave is going to be an influence around my child. So I have not settled with anyone. I mean, could have, but I don't. I'd rather be single and by myself than be with in a relationship with somebody who is gonna put more harm and damage me more, or
Yeah.
not more, but, like, add more, heartbreak than what I already been through. Because 'cause I've been through a lot, and I'm not gonna
Yeah.
allow that anymore.
Exactly.
Um,
100%.
I just noticed guys just the guys that I run into, they don't wanna they're not serious. They're not looking to, like, really get to know you, so those guys I'm just staying away from until the right one comes my way. I don't have any dating apps. I talk with people, but, I just haven't felt that real connection yet. So,
Yep.
I'm gonna
Uh,
wait until it happens.
let's get into the real nitty gritty.
Oh,
Let's talk about the healing after the divorce. What are some things that you had to heal within yourself before you had the strength and the I guess the grace and the I guess the energy to go out into the world? What did you have to heal within yourself first?
thank you, mom.
Okay.
Um, I had to heal my heart, my soul, like, I had so much trauma that I didn't deal with, and I think that carried on with me into the relationship. The fact that I didn't deal with it, I just pushed it under all that trauma, I pushed under a rug, I never dealt with it, and I didn't see my
Yeah.
self-worth. Um,
Yep.
I didn't see my worth, I didn't love myself, you know? And I had to
Yeah.
learn to love myself before I could love anyone else. And that's
For
where
sure.
I went into the weight loss and taking care of myself, not just for me, but for my son. He deserves to have a mom that's active and is going to see him grow and have kids and all that stuff. So I really wanted to change my lifestyle. So,
That's good. For me, I'm with you too. You and I had a similar. We had a similar like upbringing in terms of the damage or trauma that we carried into the relationship. And that's why it's important to really do some self reflection and some self inflection. And I think what happened with me was I had all this pain and trauma that I didn't deal with when I entered a relationship with you. And so for me,
thank you for
I
coming back
came
to me,
in
Sammy.
already. I came in already kind of knowing have an idea of what I thought a man was because my mom told me my dad was weak. So I told myself, I'm not gonna be weak, I'm gonna be strong. And so I came in not in a place that allowed you to um slowly but surely ingratiate yourself and learn me. I came in already ready to drop the hammer, like this how it's gonna be, this how it's gonna, this how things gonna work. I'm here. I've been on my own since I was, 17, and I know what I'm doing and all this good stuff. So I came in like a dictator and not like a collaborator. I came in, as a warrior trying to essentially I created an uncomfortable position or a relationship like soil. Instead of having a nutritious soil for you to grow as a wife, I actually did the opposite. I kind of deprived you of that ability to grow, and that's something I realized going forward. Like once we got divorced, I started thinking about all the things that I didn't do, and I told myself, "Oh, welcome back, Sammy."
Yes,
But
welcome back to me.
all the things I started thinking about all the things I didn't do, and I say, you know what, Quentin, I don't want to do that going forward. When it came down to Evelyn, I need to understand that she has her flaws. I need to understand that she has her she's gonna have her moments, and I have to be now. I'm the older one in the relationship. I have to be understanding, and even when it came to
Yeah,
you, it also helped me go rebuilding our relationship with you. I say I can be understanding. Liz, she interprets information very differently.
I do.
Liz, how she communicates is very differently. Be open to people's communication style. Be open to people's opinions. Don't be so rigid. And then, I kind of learned that way.
That's
Guess
good.
what? Oh, where you at? Sammy, it's snowing where? Where is it snowing?
Yeah, where's it snowing? Oh, I don't miss
But
being out in the cold like that, especially being older. My arthritis. That's what I be telling people. But I
but hey,
learned
well,
too, like, even with me in the marriage, like, I was very big on family and I didn't take that consideration. I was always like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see my family and, this and that." And we never communicated how it bothered you. I'd be like, "Let's go. You wanna go?" And you're like, "No, I'm gonna stay here." And I kind of took family time away from you without realizing, that was bothering you at the time. And I did apologize for that.
you
And
did. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, we're
I
not.
think about it is it's definitely it's different. You know, no one ever tells you what it's like to raise a family and be in a marriage. Like a marriage is truly a sacrifice. It really is a sacrifice. Because think about it is you have me, you have us, and sometimes you have to give up a lot of that me in order to make sure that the us grows. And no one teaches that stuff, and it takes so much, it takes so long. And I think we were young, and so we tried our hand at it, and it worked for a while. It really did. It was great.
Yeah.
And then when it didn't work, it didn't work. We had a hard time, you know, dealing with that.
But
What is
yeah,
that?
no,
What is
even
that?
through the
Hey, Black Hood.
Black,
Black
hey
Hood.
Black Hook, welcome
He said
in.
hi. Yep, welcome in.
But
But yeah,
yeah,
I think
it was a learning process. And I know some people might get mad, like, oh, he changed after the marriage and he's now doing all these things for the new woman. No, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for
yeah,
you that you learned. That's the whole point, is that we learn from our mistakes, that we grow and we take accountability. I took accountability for my actions, you took accountability for yours. But that's not why, even through all that stuff we have been through, that's not the reason why. You know?
for sure. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I think
I think it sounds crazy to people thinking, "Well, you just couldn't have another kid. What's the big deal?" Like, no, that was a big deal because we both wanted a lot of kids. We wanted 3 kids,
one of three.
and
Yeah,
we were together 11 years and only 1 child. I had a condition. They told me I wasn't able to have kids. They're like, "Oh, you're not able to have kids," but I ended up getting pregnant. It was a miracle. Jordan's a
yeah.
miracle. Scotland. Welcome in,
Oh,
Andrew, from
Scotland. All
Scotland.
right. You know, I did my 23andMe and I found out I'm 6% Scottish. So welcome, my brother.
That's awesome.
welcome,
That's why Jordan
welcome,
be saying he's
Andrew.
everything. I think we created the child that's the world, because I think he's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Um, that brings me to my next point. What are some things that you know now in your current moment that you wish you would have known when you were in the marriage?
Our son is texting us. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. Amen to Jordan being the miracle baby. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate it.
Can I come in? Something I need. Jordan wants to come in. There's something he
Come
needs.
in, Jordan.
Speaking
What's
of
up?
communication,
What?
I kind of want, like, I want to listen to this.
Okay, you're fine. You can have a seat.
All right, cool.
hi.
He just wants to listen. He wants to listen to it, which is fine. Um.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, what are some things that you know now that you wish you would have known then? Like if you could talk to, what I met you when I was when you were 24? No,
yeah.
I was
20.
20, 25. You're 25. So 25-year-old Liz, what do you wish? What is 41-year-old Liz wish that 25-year-old Liz knew?
I wish I wasn't so like stubborn. Maybe, like, I was so set in my own ways and kind of not, like, I thought I knew things and I was just kinda like, "Oh, this is how it's done, that's how it's done," and I would get upset over little things instead of saying, like, why I was upset
Straight
about it.
answer.
I would just be, like, petty and be like, like, do little things, like, if you had a chip bag on the table that was empty, I would blow into it and hand you the chip bag, like, "Here's your chips." Like, I was petty with some things, and I wish that I woulda just better with communication on how I really felt and
Sure, Sammy. Sorry,
I
Liz.
really.
Yeah, Sammy, you can tell us how old you are.
Can I tell you how old I am? You guys wanna know how old I am? Sure,
Yes.
but I think
Yeah,
that's what
tell
it
us.
is. I think and then, I think I think he's just, spamming. It's fine. I'm thinking he's 13 or something, the way he's doing that. Just guessing. It was just a guess.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I just think communication. I think I wish I would have had comprehension too. Like, I think when you would tell me something, I was hearing it, but I wasn't, like, responsive to all of it. So, I think that was the biggest thing that I took in and learned.
Yeah, I'll say for me, if I had to talk to 20-year-old, if 37-year-old me told 20-year-old me and I met me, I would have told me to not to learn how to communicate better. Instead of just going from 0 to 100. Every time things didn't go my way or didn't go the way I wanted to go, I just immediately went to like attack mode. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, you didn't know that? Like, how can you not know that? Like, you should freaking know that. And instead of saying like, hey, this is why I need you to do it that way because blah 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 blah. I can't expect you to be a mind reader, and that's why my new season of my own channel is about communication because that was the greatest failure and triumph in my life is proper communication. You can destroy or build a relationship just simply by being able to not only just communicate but also understand to
Oh,
understand
that's
what
what I
a
was saying
person.
about
Yeah,
that's what I was saying about comprehension. Like you can,
for
or
sure.
and even compromise. That's another thing, right? That I was talking about, like meet in the middle ground somewhere. We may not agree on everything, but try to find a way to agree to disagree.
Yeah,
Like, you know, um,
that's true. That's true. You can't. Only a child will believe that they can have it all. That's why I never tell people like, "Oh, you can have it all." When people tell folks, "Oh, you can have it all," or "Oh my God, the world," you actually can't have it all. And the reason why you can't have it all
thank
because you will
you.
have to sacrifice something in order to get it. So if in order for me to have a 150K a year job, I'm gonna have to sacrifice going out with my friends. I'm gonna have to sacrifice my personal time to study so I can get the career or to pursue that career balls to the wall hard. That's just kind of how it is. But instead, people have a tendency to be like, oh, you can have it all. I can be the party girl and I can be the executive. You can't.
Yeah.
And so you have to ask yourself what's more important to you. And that's why I believe the compromise is important. Oh, welcome back, Raylan.
Welcome back. And another thing, I think a mistake I made while we separated, I went out a few
Thank
times
you,
and I
Queen.
would like go to the casino with friends and then, because I was home all day with Jordan and I would go to the casino and I remember, Jordan was a little upset about that I did that and kind of got withdrawn from me a little bit and I was like that was a mistake because he felt like I was
Yep,
taking time away from him. And when he was kind of like not giving me the same affection as it was before, I stopped it in my tracks and I was just like, my baby is more important than me like trying to have a little bit of fun outside because it was a balance. Like it was my baby is more
for sure.
important.
It's definitely a balance. It's definitely I do believe I do believe that as parents, we are due a little bit of free time or that time to recover and rejuvenate. I think you have to just figure out where it sits. Like because we share custody of Jordan. I have him on some days. That's your chance to be free. When you have him, it's my chance to be free. But when he's with us, it's our duty to make sure that he's well seen, he's engaged and all that good stuff. And I think we do a good job of that. I really do. And what's one thing I commend you? I give you like 10 rounds of applause for the type of involved mother that you are. Like, yeah,
Thank
you
you.
dote on him, but you also keep him in check. Because some people once during the divorce, sometimes people will do everything to appease that child, and they end up creating what we call in Spanish a malcriado, and that's a hard headed like malbehaved child. And now we have to do the work of get him in order. But you will love him, but you also will let him know what the boundaries are. And
Yes.
so now when he comes to me, he understands there's a battle between me loving him and then me also putting him in check. What's up, Moondog?
What's up,
So
Mundo?
and that's why I'll give you your props too. So what questions do you have for me? I know you have some questions over there on your side as well.
Oh, I didn't have much time to prepare myself.
You fine?
Mm. Oh, you know how we had a communication in the very beginning? My texting
Yes.
skills were horrible. So how did that make
Oh
you
man.
how was that was very frustrating to you. How do you feel like we overcame that, um, the balance between talking and texting when it comes to Jordan? What's up, Moondog?
Uh, I would say your texting has become so much better. I think that you used to text with the understanding that I understood what you were saying. Not realizing that on average, the average person will filter a text through their own litmus. So I would read your text message and like, I know she ain't talk to me this way. And then I'll call you and like, hey, before I go off, let me know what you're saying. You're like, no, I meant it this way. I'm like, Liz, okay, if you meant it like this how I would text it. And so I would
Horrible.
say nowadays when you text, I get exactly what you're talking about versus how it used to be.
Horrible.
I'm like, what? Like, you're just really bad at like elucidating. Like you're not you were not very good at it at all. But you're so much better now. And then I
Thank
love
you.
how if you know that you know my pauses, I have dramatic pauses. So when you text me and I'm like, hmm. And then you'll call and like, hey, I text you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh yeah. Just can you explain? Because I was trying to calm myself down because I'm here thinking that you talking crap to me, and I'm like, I thought we was on good terms. So I love
It
that
was
you understand that
listen,
that my lag means that I'm not getting this, and I'm trying to like put myself in Liz's head, and y'all and Liz's subscribers, y'all understand how Liz is. She be all over the place, and sometimes you like, what the hell is she saying? And but once you speak Lizanese, it becomes easy.
listenese, listenese.
Exactly, Moondog. It's the most misunderstood communication,
Oh,
you know, in the world because you will always filter it through your own way of
which
speaking.
we all understand completely. You understand? Oh my God, LJ understands listenese. He's my brother. That's my twin right there.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
he's
Lizanese is something crazy. I'm telling you. Like, but so I think that I will say it's a lot better than it used to be. And also you also respect the time, which is very important. Because in the beginning you're like, I'm going, you something will get click in your mind, and it'd be like 11 o'clock at nighttime, and I'm like, who who is
You, I
calling and texting me? And I'd be like, hello. You be like, oh, I've got to tell you that Jordan said this funny joke, and I'm like, she must be
shut up,
bored. She gotta be bored.
Liz.
So so you now respect the time. You're like, okay, he's probably in there trying to put the baby to sleep. He probably with Evelyn watching the movie. I'll just save it, to the next day, and I do appreciate that.
Yes, I had to learn all that. It was time and balance, but I don't know, I just didn't want you missing out because you didn't it's a transition. Like in the very beginning when we separated, I remember Jordan didn't want to go see you in the very beginning. He wanted to stay with
Yeah.
mom, you know?
Yep.
And I would encourage him, say, this is guy time. This is great. You get dad time. Like I was very encouraging to him. I didn't want him to feel like he had to choose parents. I told him your dad and I love you very much. You don't have to choose between us just because we're separated.
remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
He remembers
And,
that,
and
he says?
yeah, he said you remember that. But yeah, that's how it
Yeah.
was. Like at first, it was difficult. Like and me, I harbor animosity because I felt like you took my child from me. You know, I was like, oh my god, you took my son out of my house. Like now he going he's now a statistic, and I realized that stats are just that. They're a stat is something that has already happened or someone else's opinion or interpretation of data. Jordan is flesh and blood. You and I are flesh and blood. As long as we on one accord and we raise that child to be loving, understanding, strong, both mentally and physically, and to set him up the right way, he doesn't have to become a statistic. We don't have to be together to make sure we have a fully productive child or a well-adjusted child. And
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 you can
I
attest
I
to
learned
this.
that.
And you can attest to this. You could, even though it's not your day of having Jordan, you could have him any day. Like I would never hold back of you having him. Like say there's a special occasion or whatever the case may be, you have full access to your son.
Yeah,
You
same
got him
thing.
a phone.
Yep. And I mean, in the
You got
same
him a
way.
phone for communication.
Yep, and it goes both ways. Like even when like
Yeah.
sometimes your mom's birthday or somebody will land on the day I have him, and you'll be like, hey, can I come get Jordan to go to my mom's birthday? I'm never like, oh hell no, it's my day. You're too late, too bad, so sad. I'm always like,
But
yeah, yeah.
because hi Lily. Hi
Hola,
Lily.
Lily.
Bum, bum, bum,
Te,
bum.
te
But
extraño, mi amiga.
But yeah, and then I would come get him on that day and I would keep it in a respectable amount because that's your time with Jordan. And I would bring him right back to you. So it'd be like maybe 3, 4 hours for the party, but Yeah, that's how I am with
Oh,
Jackson's
yep,
dad. Oh, I love that, Mama
that's
3.
good.
I
I
love
love that.
that. Me
I'm
too.
watching it right now. See it
See,
now. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah. And yeah, mama three boys, I think that's amazing. Like co-parenting is such a good thing. My whole thing is it takes two to make a child, and it takes two to raise that child effectively. Because as a mom, Liz can only go so far. As a father, I can go so far. And together we can go the full distance. And I think a lot of people don't believe that. And that's why I always tell all my female friends who are single mothers or whatever, or look at my own case when my mom had to raise us by herself. My mom was like, I'm mom and dad. I'm like, but no, you're just mom, because the role of a father is completely different. It is really difficult to embody two things. Imagine if I was the point guard and the center of my team. I can't be both of those things. I can't throw the ball and catch it and then get on the block and work it. No, it's like no, that's crazy. That's why a lot of women who are single mothers, they have that more aggressive, quote unquote, is because they have to do that disciplinary part. They have to do that aggressive part that a dad would usually take and it causes confusion. So now that motherly love has injected into it that rigorous like disciplinarian thing. And that's why my siblings who come up, they can't give my mom to this day. They're like, oh, how she say I love me one minute, then bust me in the head with a frying pan a second a second time. It's confusing. And moms can discipline, but there is a balance to how it kind of, dads can be emotional and loving to their sons, but it's a little bit different. And so I do love that balance that we both have. He gets to see both sides of that coin. So with me, he learns how to treat a woman, how to navigate life as a man, and with you, he learns how a woman is supposed to treat him. He understands that love, that tenderness, and that's very important.
Yes. Oh, yeah, thank you, Lily, for
Thank you,
support.
Mama Three.
And Mama 3, co-parenting is well important. Our kids are watching. Exactly, they are watching. They watch how you speak to each other too, how you treat each
Yeah.
other, and how you
Yep.
treat others, how you treat
Yes.
yourself. They look at everything you do. They really
That's true.
do.
And that's why you have some kids be taught that they either hate their mom or hate their dad, all because of what the parents have said. Like, oh, I can't stand your dad. My thing is, you divorced me. I didn't divorce Jordan. You didn't divorce Jordan. We divorced each other.
Yeah.
And because that happened, you and I still remain friends. And so in his mind, he's like, I don't have to choose. Now I don't have
No.
to choose. Sometimes when the divorce happened, you feel like you have to choose a parent. With me, I chose my mom over my dad, and guess what? I love my mom, but that love for her was it's still there. But I had no idea how much I longed for my father. And so I started saying other men with their dads. Or I started saying other young men when I was like 20 years old with their dad. And I'm like, damn, where's my dad? What's going on with that? Like, what I wanted those moments. Who can I run to? Like Homegirl said, who can I run to when I need love? I'm like, who do I run to when I need a father's advice? I had no one
Yeah.
I could run to because I didn't have anyone in my corner. So I told my mom, I said, Mom, I wish you would have tried to make it work with dad, even as a co-parent, because it would have been so much better for me and my brothers. Instead, we were left, half baked, and we were more emotional because on average, women are more emotional than men because they're allowed to be. And all the men in the chat can tell you that men are not really taught to be socialized to show our emotion or how to express it. And so we can't allow our anger to get out of control because we have the strength to back it up. And no one's going to give us that grace. Now, understand that if we go off, if we start punching people, so it's certain things that I wish I would have had, but I didn't. And I thank God that you and I came together to make sure that Jordan has both of those things. So,
Yes. I love that. You gonna read what Moondog wrote?
yes, I told my wife when we divorced me that she was lucky because she can move on. I can't divorce myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't. You
exactly.
gotta love yourself. Pour into yourself. That's what I've
Mama
been
Three
doing, is
says
just
something. She
pouring into
said,
myself. And I
so,
mean, I can finally say, like, I'm truly happy with who I am for the first time in my life. Like, you've seen me, I could smile, I could pretend all I want, but this is like the
oh,
first time where I'm
no,
happy with who I am.
that was accidental. Yeah. Oh,
And
I
I
didn't mean
want
to delete
Jordan, I
that.
always want Jordan to have that self-love. I always tell him he's handsome, that he's intelligent, smart, because it's true. These things are so true, and I want to make sure that he understands that these things are true about himself. because I didn't have that.
That's
I didn't
true.
have that self-love, and I wasn't taught that, so I want him to have. I think it's great that you and I are breaking generational curses, like,
Oh my God, yes.
because,
Yeah.
even people could be married and raising a family, but if they're not happy together, the kids see that unhappiness, and it pours into their children, and then it's like a cycle that keeps generating. So I think it's good that we're breaking that, but we're still co-parenting, and hopefully in the future I meet someone and it could be all united.
You will. You will.
Yeah.
You will. It's all in due time. I believe in divine timing. I think God put people in our life when we least expect it, but when we're most ready. And that's just how I see it. I truly believe that. I say sometimes we when we get out of a bad relationship or a divorce or whatever the case may be, we immediately rush to try to replace that person with someone else, and we don't do our due diligence, and we end up in a worse situation than when we started. So I think it's always better to, like, you taking your time right now to make sure that you have the emotional fortitude, that if you ran to someone who do not treat you the way you need to be treated, you have the strength to rebuff it. Or because a long time, if you don't do the job, you go into a relationship, and all that work you've done can be undone by somebody who has a stronger, that their will is stronger than yours. And I'm glad that you building your will up, that no one will be able to knock you off your path. They can just be an
Yep.
addition to. Because remember, you're the main course. They're just side dishes, and that's the important thing.
Thank you. It's better to be happy and healthy apart than staying together for the child or children. That's true, Mama Three. That is very true. Big facts.
Yep.
That's right. Yes.
1,000%. Because think about it. What can suck is, um, like you mentioned earlier, Liz. You like people can be together and still have a tumultuous relationships, and that's 100% true. If we had Jordan, and I was talking down to you and berating you the entire time, Jordan as a human recorder, because that's what kids are. They're a human recorder. He's just watching this, and now in his mind, his whole thing is, oh, women are supposed to be taught to that way. So now he goes out with this type of machismo type mentality, and he goes out telling a woman, "Oh, this, that, and that, and that," and people are like, "Oh my God, who taught you that?" Well, I did, and I'll be like, "Oh, I never told him that," but no, he watched it happen, which is why we can't be hypocrites. Because if I say one thing, but I do another, the kids gonna follow the action, not the word. Period. The kids will always follow the action of what you do versus what you say, because that has a greater shelf life, because we all can remember what our parents have done to us. We can remember what they said, maybe not verbatim, but we all remember what they done and what they did. And so that's why I try to make sure that you and I always come through with our words. We always come through with our actions, because action do
Something
speak
else
louder than words.
something else I learned, which was amazing, is to not say, oh, always the first thing that comes to my mind, to take a deep breath, to really think about certain things. Every situation is different. If I'm having fun and I say silly, stupid things, whatever, but like serious situations, I will step back, think about it, breathe, and step away for a minute and come back to it. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I need a minute. I don't, because when you say something, words hurt, words have meaning, hold meaning behind it. It sticks.
Yes.
So you can't take back the things you say. It's going to stick in a
No.
person's mind. So I'm
One hundred
always very
percent.
mindful of what I say, because I know I can't take it back, and it's always gonna be embedded in your mind.
One hundred
So that's
percent. Yep. That's called tactful communication. And I try to teach my sons that like, you be real like selective of what you say. Some people think that, oh, I'm just very real. I'm just very straightforward.
yeah,
And it's like, well, that's all good and grand, but your straightforwardness, how is it being interpreted by the person receiving it? Because remember, communication is bimodal. It's more than what you say, it's how the other person hears it. And so I make sure that when I speak, I'm speaking in a way that I can, if I know the person, I can think about how they're going to receive it. But if it's a person that I do not know, I speak very neutral. Or I ask open-ended questions. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do
yeah.
you, would you like me to elaborate? So you said yeah. That means if you didn't understand, you could be like, no, I don't know. Can you tell me? Could you explain a little bit better? I leave those open-ended questions to allow for any room for error versus saying some stuff that people I think people know, or they should know. That's not how that works.
Well, just like the other day, for example, we were talking about, you asked me a question about shame, but I didn't know
Uh,
exactly per se what you meant by that. So I needed a little bit of an example. So I thought about it and I was like, oh, I kind of don't know what you mean by that. And, just kind of stepping out and just being brutally honest, like, I don't know, like, what you mean by
yep,
that. So it's,
yep. And then when I explained it, then you were like, "Oh, okay, I get what you're trying to say." And see,
yeah,
no,
for
and that's how
me,
communication works.
and that's the way I am, though. I need that explanation. I don't know why it is. I don't, sometimes the simplest cue, I need more elaborate details sometimes. And I don't know why. I've always been that way and don't know why, but I am.
Well, you don't have to apologize for it. That's simply how it is. There's
Yeah,
certain things that don't make any sense. I mean, that's why English is one of the hardest languages to learn because there's so many different ways to say something. For instance, you could say, "Oh, that's lit." If a person is not from this country, in their mind, they're like, "What is lit?" Like they're looking around trying to look for a fire. But we know what it means, and so because words have meaning and they have multiple meanings to different people. I'm from the South. We say certain things, like we use a lot of colloquialisms. We use a lot of like sayings like, "Oh, that's the pot calling the kettle black." If a person don't understand what that means, they're like, "Oh, what pot?" And like, "Oh, that means you're a hypocrite." So it's like
yeah,
so you have to sometimes elaborate a little bit more so that people understand and get the gist of what you're saying. And that's how it
exactly.
is in marriages. And that's how it was in marriages. In marriage, you taking two people from two different walks of life, bringing them together, and trying to create a life. And if you're not doing the work on the back end and on the front end, you'll end up completely broken.
That's
And,
true.
and yep, in every relationship, the breakdown almost always starts with broken communication. Almost always.
And then for you, I know you come from different background and I'm Middle Eastern, I come from different background. I know it had to been difficult, like coming into my family and have seeing how they do things differently. I know a lot of it was hard for you to see the
Yeah.
differences. How did you really cope with all that? I know there was things you wanted to say to my family, but I didn't let you for certain reasons. And how
Yeah.
did that make you feel that I didn't allow you to like stand up for me when you wanted to stand up for me? I was, oh no, it's okay, it's fine. But you wanted to stand up for me and I just didn't let it happen. How did that make you feel?
Um. So feeling wise, it made me feel that I couldn't operate as the husband that I needed to be because again, from a black and Latin household, being there's certain attributes that a man must have, and one of the things that we have besides a provider is a protector. And that means I protect you from not only the outside, but also the inner circle too, and in yourself. And so whenever I would go to your parents' house and your brother will say some offhanded stuff, or even your dad, I would hear that, and I would want to say something, but because I respected and loved you, it was like, okay, let me just not say something because I don't want her to be looking, frowned upon. Because in your community, family is extremely big. It's extremely important, and I knew that if I said something and it caused a rift in your family, I don't know if I'll ever be able to get you back. And now I'm dealing with the ramifications of that. And so it
Yeah.
put me between a rock and a hard place. But as a man, I don't believe that a man should let his wife be talked down to, no matter who it is. Period.
Yeah.
Because
I
outside
think
of, to
I
me, it's God, and then it's God, and then it was you. And so I'm like, why is this person? I don't care if they is your father. Can I talk to his wife that way? Your brother, can I talk to his wife that way? So if I can't talk to them that way, why would in hell would I let someone talk to you this way? And you kept like kept stopping me, and I'm like, oh my God, and I'm like, now, like, am I truly the protector that I need to be if I can't stand up for my woman? So
yeah,
that's how I feel.
that's how it was, yeah. So, I learned from that, just you have to allow the person, whoever you're with, to let them be that protector and, not stand in that way. So I learned that and, yeah, because then, I didn't stand up for myself either. So and then
So
Jordan, of
uh,
course, was seeing that, so I felt He shouldn't see his mom being talked down to. So,
I agree.
but
I have a
so I
question
should
for
have
you.
allowed you to do that. So,
Yep. I have a question for you.
yeah.
So, now that you know that, not knowing that going forward, would it be easier for you once you find someone who does meet that criteria and does make you feel like you want to be married again? Would you be okay with that person standing up for you, and would you be okay with potentially losing the favor of your family because of it?
100%. Yes. Yes. I've
All
learned.
right.
Yeah, I would.
And why is that in
Definitely.
your opinion?
Why couldn't I have true happiness? Someone that actually cares about me and wants to see me happy and, you know, versus a family that does put me down a lot. I love them, don't get me wrong, but I have to allow that person to be fully themselves and not hold them back. Um, and I think it's a lesson learned for me, definitely. So,
For sure. So do you think that the family you choose, aka your husband or whomever the case, do you feel like the family you choose is as important or more important than the family that you were born into?
um, geez, what a question. So I feel like
And
when you marry someone, like how the Bible is, like that person is you're equally yoked with that person, so that becomes your family. And if that means at some point, if that person bumps head with my family because they see greatness in me and they love me, then that means I'm gonna have to let go of my family in that sense. If it comes to that point, maybe it'll be fine. Uh maybe there won't be any um feathers shaken or anything, but I don't know. I would definitely if I got married and again and he was just like your family is not good. They're like, they're this or this and I don't want you being around them as much. I would listen to it because I would believe that he has the best interest for me at the end of the day. And I'm thinking
yeah,
like how like I live with my family and I feel like our relationship is getting better as time goes on, but I learned not to be around I would not be around them as much. Like doses. I don't have to be around them all the time. So I think that's
yeah,
what would keep that balance going. I don't have to be around them.
yep. And Queen said exactly. You have to put your happiness first and not allow anyone to stop your blessing, even if it's family. And you, Queen, are 100% correct because your blessings are a gift from God, especially if that person is meant to be with you. And so by you choosing to go the opposite way, you're telling God that, oh, I don't want that blessing. I want to stay in the same exact spot that I'm in. And I'm the same way. You know, when you and I got married, I told my mom, I said, Mom, this who I chose, this who I want to be with, get over it. Period. Like you had me, and I'm a man. The Bible said when I was a child, I spoke and behaved as a child. Once I became a man or an adult, I put away childish things. And so my mom understood that as a man, and she always told me, "Oh, your dad was this and that because he couldn't stand up to his mom. He was a mama's boy. He can never choose me." And I said, "So you said that was my dad's weakness. So why the hell would I let it be mine?" So my mom, so she knew how I was. Even my mom, like, and this ain't no like beat your chest, I am man type of thing, but a real man, people recognize what a real man looks like. You know when you're in the presence of a real man. So my mom, even though she's my mother, she know for a fact that she has to move away from what I need to be, who I need to be. And how I like it is I call it it's Quentin's parable of the tree. A tree
Yeah.
cannot cannot grow in the shadow of another tree. And so as a man, once I got of a certain age, I had to get up under that shadow of my mother and my father and come out and start my own orchid, my own orchard. And I had to grow up and become the tree I needed to be. And my kids will have to leave my shadow eventually. And so when you set up under people who may have your best interests, but they don't have your best destination in mind, you have to leave that. My mom had my best interest in heart. She knew she loves me, but she did not know my destination. And so I had to leave. And
Yeah.
now I've been on my own. I've been away from my mother for wow, how long now? What, 15 years? Yeah, 15 years. And I
Yeah.
still love her. And she understands it. She understands I know what my mission was. I knew what I had to do, and I did it. And that's why I told you, I said, don't let your parents tell you you're not gonna make it on the outside. Don't let your mom tell you that you're not strong enough, because you're plenty strong. Because and because you overcame everything that happened to you. And even I tell everyone, when your dad released into your mom, there was a billion of those little wormy things, and you got to that egg. So you was already a winner from the get go. From the moment you
Yeah,
came out, you was a winner. So why would you stop being a winner? It's just how I see
exactly.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, these were tough questions because I just coming into my own, being truthful, like just letting it out. It's not an easy thing for me to do. But I'm very proud that I'm doing this with you. It's definitely not easy, but here I am.
Yeah. No, I'm happy for you. I mean, like again, it's hard to let people into your personal life, but my whole thing is I want this conversation to help people who may be staying in the relationship because they're afraid of what might happen, what it would look like if they leave. But also the people who have already left, is there hope for a friendly type of coexistence? And the thing about it is, when we first got divorced, there was animosity. I'm not gonna lie about it. There was animosity, but we got over that hump, and now we have a more friend like existence. And that's how it should be.
But the thing is
But
with us, we never let that pour into Jordan. We kept that separate. Like we didn't
for sure.
want Jordan to ever feel different about either one of us. And it was whatever happened between you and I, we kept it between us and dealt with it ourselves. It wasn't like he had to pick a side or anything like that. So
Yep. My thing is, how do you deal with um outside influences,
like outside influences, I
whether
don't
in the
listen to
relationship and after the relationship, both, because they both have equal effect, in my opinion. But I'll let you answer first.
in a relationship or just people in general, like just
Both,
both.
both, like the
Because
so.
I don't have any like
Hey,
real
Bean,
like hi Bean, welcome in Bean.
welcome.
Bean, Bean. Um, so I didn't have many relationships, so wasn't really an issue because I never let it get to that point. But the outsiders of people, I've had friends and people say, "Oh, you should do this. Oh, you should get more money. You should do." I didn't take that advice because I didn't feel like it was good, valid advice. I knew what we were doing, and it was between
Mhm.
us. Even though people asked questions and I gave them answers, and I look back and I'm like, oh, should I not have told them that? Because now they're looking at things differently. But I just didn't listen. I listened to my intuition and I talked with you about things. And I don't have that many friends for that reason because I feel like some people don't wanna see you succeed, they just wanna see misery because they're miserable. So I don't listen to what people have to say if I don't feel like it's a good advice, which a lot of
Yeah,
people, when it comes to this type of relationship, they don't have the best advice. So I tend not to listen to what they have to say.
for sure.
But I
I,
try to keep
so
it separate. It's not their business. If I have an issue or if I have something, I'm gonna come to you and talk to you about it.
for sure. Yep, exactly, Queen. Misery does love company. And so, for anybody who just entered, we're talking about the do's and don'ts of co-parenting, but also we're talking about life after the divorce and how to deal with just all kind of things, outside influences, how you heal, what kind of steps we took to heal, everything dealing with the dissolution of a relationship. How you go about doing that. Also, if you have not already, double tap that screen. Um,
Double tap, double tap, double tap,
but
double tap. He's like,
but
"Okay, Liz,
also,
stop."
for me, outside influences can destroy a relationship for sure.
Yes,
And it damn sure can it can pretty much destroy a rebuilding of a relationship. And so for me, when people will say, "Oh, do this, oh, be a don't talk to her about this, don't tell her this," and it made me realize that, man, these people never care about my happiness at all. why the hell would I make an enemy out of a woman who gave me my child? Why would I make an enemy out of a woman who, if she wanted to, could make my life a lot harder? It doesn't make any sense.
So you
Why
realize
we
I
use
could have,
our, like why would you use a kid as a tug of war type of thing? We're
and I never
constantly
have.
yeah, we're constantly in divorce court, in family court, asking for more child support, trying to get for custody. To me, that takes so much energy that I don't want to freaking expend. Why? Why?
We dealt with everything like through the court. We just did that one time with the divorce papers. We picked the dates,
That's
and
it.
when it,
And we never
and when
went
it comes
back.
to holidays, we figured it out. We just figure it out as we go, and we just communicate and work it out. It's just
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Communication, simply because sometimes people just don't want to see people happy. They don't, because we have there's a sickness in America right now, and that sickness is called negativity. And everybody wants to be negative. They want to see the negative side of things. Like
right.
you break up, and you start talking about the break. People are like, oh yeah, X is an X for a reason. F that person. F that person. I'm like, okay. Oh yeah, he's a bum. Oh, so you mean to tell me you willingly and knowingly got in a relationship with a bum? Was he a bum when y'all were together for all those years? Like it's just certain things don't make any sense. It's like, no, that person is still the person that you cared about. Because to me, love never really dies. It transforms, and it can transform into hate, or it can transform to like being content. That's how I see it. That's just how I look at things. It's like, though you and I are not together, I still have love for you as the mother of my child. I still have love for
Exactly.
you as a child of God. Well, I don't have to hate you.
No.
I want what's best for you, because what's best for you is best for Jordan. John, when you always supported me and Evelyn, that
Yes.
was like that to me and Evelyn. Like, Evelyn makes me happy, and you understand that, and I love that unity we have, and it makes things so much better. And I can count on you to have my back. And then Evelyn and you and Evelyn relationship has gotten better, and
Yes, it
that's
has.
beautiful. That's
It
beautiful to
is.
me. So
And I told her
it's
too, I said, if you ever need anything, you can call me, text me if you need help with it. Like, listen, it's hard raising kids. Like, it's a lot of work. Yeah, I let her know straight up, if you ever need me, I'm here because it's not
yeah,
easy.
it really isn't. It like I want to build a community. Like I said, both of our channels are dedicated to building community and building. I do believe that love can triumph over hate, and hate only wins when love gives up. And that's why I always try to be there for everyone in my life. People are like, oh my God, isn't that tiring? It is. But I
Mhm.
rather tire myself out trying to prove to people that you're seen, and that you're loved, than to like give up and allow hate to fester, and then have to deal with that you know ramification. Because that's what happens when hate builds up. The fallout is great, and that's why we have such a messed up world now. Look at the politicians. It's so hyper polarized now. We barely even have a country. It's being held together by the people in the middle, and they're being stretched so thin. Eventually, going to rip, and we're going to have just a crazy behind situation. And I don't want that. And so I don't have the power to influence the entire world, but I have the power to influence some.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
what you and I are doing right now can influence some. And sometimes that's all you need. It's like a snowball effect. It starts small and it gets bigger, and next thing you know, we're back to a country that actually gives a damn about one another.
Jordan's in there listening, huh?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
right here.
Jordan,
For
how you
sure.
feel hearing all this right now?
I mean, like, low key. Oh yeah. I'll just appreciate it.
Oh,
But I'm just thinking like the fact of how like deep the divorce
thank you,
actually
Mundo.
hit. But yeah, like I'm just thinking like how deep the divorce actually hit. Not just me, but all of y'all. Not like the chat, but like him, you. Get what I'm saying? Like it just like hit deep for all of us. And like the events that led up to the divorce, like no offense, but like I saw it coming because
Okay.
like arguments are like getting like a lot higher than usual, and I've noticed that. And like eventually, at one point, Like, I actually hated you at one point when I was like during a divorce. Like, now looking back on that, it was never your fault. It wasn't my dad's fault. It wasn't anyone's fault. And it was just like it just didn't work out, you know.
Yeah.
And like, just to think that on one moment I hated you, then I hated you. It just, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
your
Jordan.
honesty, Jordan. Thank you for
For
your
sure.
honest truth.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
yeah.
But then
I love
being
you,
said, I had
Jordan.
a friend. Sorry, these I had a friend who was hit. Wait, who was hit port in Bahrain where I was stationed. He wanted to hang out, but told me late, and I was already karaokeing with my wife. So I told him, and maybe next time. He said, "Tell that B to sleep. To sleep. It's late." I was pissed and told him, show up to my place with that attitude. He didn't, but I haven't talked to him since. He didn't even apologize.
That's,
I'm
that's
sorry, Bean.
disrespectful. I'm so sorry. That's
That
horrible.
that's very disrespectful. Like
Very
and
disrespectful.
exactly that's what happened with outside influence. That does that 100% does happen. You have people who will not be happy or not be respectful of your situation.
The healing
When you marry
happening
someone,
in real life live. Yes, look what Moondog. He just saw that right there. The healing happening in real life live.
oh, thank you, Queen. I appreciate it.
Yep. Yep.
And
This is a
B,
platform which so many people actually need to hear positive words and lessons. Jordan is so smart, and I'm glad he can work on his emotions so well at a young age. Thank you. Thank you,
now we
Bean. Thank you,
appreciate it.
Queen. Thank you,
Yeah,
Moondog.
he's very much a well-adjusted kid, and that's what I'm saying. The thing about it is he saw all of this happen in real time. He's allowed to. We gave him the space to feel those emotions. Like some people try to dictate how their kids feel. Oh, you need to feel this way. You need to feel that way. But no, we allow him to feel that way. Like when he hated his mom, I was always like, no, that's your mom, blah blah blah. When he hated me, he was on the other side saying, hey, he's a good guy. And seeing that we were both on the same team, it made him like re-love us, if that's a word, you know. And that's kind of how it has to be. It's very easy for us to influence him one way or the other. And I thank God that he's more balanced now than ever before. It's very
wait,
important.
do you mean like a reconcile?
Hmm.
Or
So,
Reconcile.
um, but yeah, that's very important. I would say, Liz, what is your idea? So, in a perfect world, what would your ideal man be like? What kind of traits would he exhibit to make you say, "Yeah, this is the man for me. Let's go to the altar. I'm ready."
Uh, I'll interest. Yep, Jordan has an amazing role models, and you could tell how well spoken he is. Shout out to the both. Oh,
Thank you,
thank you,
Queen. We
Queen.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Queen. Um, really, I know it sounds maybe I'm a cornball, but just a connection. Um, to have someone to accept me for who I am, I accept them for who they are. Um, someone to grow with. I mean, I know some people want someone. I mean, they could be well established, but I'm just saying someone to continuously grow with. That's great with communication. Just I don't have a certain height, I don't have a certain dollar amount. I just believe like whoever I'm with, we're just gonna be equally yoked and grow and match together, however that may be. I know that sounds like crazy, but I just love love and I just want to be loved and I just want to love someone who is honest, someone who can just communicate. I don't really think about it. That's bad because I kind of gave up. So I haven't really
I know. That's one reason why
I
I asked you
really
that because I want
I
to
really
see
gave
where your mind is.
I I really have given up, so I really don't have an expectation anymore. If that's sad, I don't know. Just
Mm,
because of everything I've been through. Um, I don't know.
I would say, if you want my advice, friendly advice, I would say never ever drop your expectations. Never, you have to have the idea of where you're going if you're going to travel. You don't just get in a car and start driving and say, "Wow, I'm at Walmart." It's like I say, it's intentional. Like
Yeah.
if you want that person, you have to have that person in your mind at all times. What kind of traits you need him to be like? For instance, I can tell you why I'm with Evelyn, down to the T. It's a couple of things because you had it and she has it as well. One thing that Evelyn does is she allows me the space to be who I need to be. She understands that I need my alone time, and she don't take offense to it. She understands that sometimes I'm not gonna be in the best mood. And sometimes, and she understands that she'll be like, okay, babe, I know you need some time. I'll have Josiah. I'll be in the living room. Take as much time as you need. When I was writing my book, she understood that I needed some that time to be in my head to write that book, and she understood that. And on top of that, she does love me damn near unconditionally. My
Yeah, that's
craziness, my
amazing.
ins and outs, my mood swings, all that. She loved me completely, and that's something that I always value in our relationship, and I value here. I didn't value it at first when I had it, but I value it now because you know how many people in the world who do not love someone, who love someone for what they bring to their life.
Yeah,
They say, oh, the person has money. I love them because of that. And when the money leaves, they leave too. But Evelyn said, I don't care about what you make, how you look. I want you. That's a powerful thing. To love someone because of who they are, not what they bring. It allows for so much. It allows you to be. You feel free. You feel unchained, and you're like,
yeah,
now I can attack the world because I have someone behind me that legit has my back. That legit will be vulnerable, who I can be vulnerable to, and not have them use my vulnerability as a weapon of my demise. And that's why I love that woman. And I want you in your mind. I want you to have that and say, I want a man that has this, this, and this, and this, because you're not gonna always have that strength. Will he be beside you when you're not strong enough? Will he
yeah,
protect you from, if someone steps up to you? Will he, like if you gain weight or lose weight or whatever the case may be, will he still be beside you? Or is he just in love with your aesthetic? Is he in love with your exoticism? It's all those things. So I don't want you to ever, ever, ever lose that type of mentality and give up. Because when you give up, what you're essentially saying is, I will accept anything that's given to me. Like I'll just take it because, like you say, I love love. He loves me. Remember, love is an action.
yeah.
Love is a verb. Love is a noun. Love is also an action. It's an action. So I can say all day long, I love you, Liz. But if I slap you in your face and then be like, oh, girl, I did it because I love you, that's crazy. So you don't want to
That's crazy.
accept any type of love. So keep
That's
that.
true.
Don't let it die. Don't let it
Okay.
die.
Don't okay. I get what you're saying. I just don't wanna set myself up and then blah blah blah. Like, I don't
No,
know.
you won't set yourself up. The thing about it is, you're not setting yourself up. What you're doing is you laying out the groundwork of what your relationship would be like.
Yeah.
It's like a dream. It's like when you have a dream board. I don't know if you had that growing up. Like,
Yeah, I did.
you start saying, oh, I need to do this to get this, and once I get this, I'll do this. So what you're saying is, I want a man. Like you said, you have no physical attributes. So I'm assuming like looks are probably at the bottom of your totem pole. So I think you should write down the actual and the your non-negotiable first. This man must be respectful. This man must be loyal. This man must be honest. And I'm not gonna move off that. If they don't have those things, then I don't. They already got canceled. I don't care how fine they may be. I don't care how much money they may be, because to me, money should not be able to buy your morality. That's just how I feel.
Oh, that's right.
So,
That's true.
hey, Moondog, hallelujah. Hey, you better say it again. Moondog said, when you build a house, you start with the draw. You start with the drawing of a blueprint. One
That's
hundred
true.
percent. How you
Well,
gonna say?
before I met you, Quentin, I actually made a list of everything I wanted in a man. I was like, good teeth, like blah blah blah. You actually checked off the whole list. The only thing I didn't write in there is someone to grow together. That was like one
Yeah,
thing, like because we ended up growing. I didn't put that in there, but I had an actual like list, and you matched everything on there, so I have that somewhere.
yeah. So my thing is, get that list back and add that thing too. I'm gonna tell you, I can't get rid of Evelyn. Lord knows I tried. Evelyn told me even if I die, she will cross over to the nether realm to make sure ain't no helpers talking to me. You see how crazy that is? That's a crazy woman, but I love every bit of it.
I
And,
freaking
and
love
that's the thing
Evelyn.
about it.
What? She coming to
Yeah, Evelyn says
the
she ain't letting me go no matter what. And so
Oh,
to
I
me,
love that.
that feels to me that's an amazing thing. Like that's an amazing
I'll
person to have.
babysit if she needs me to. I don't know. If she need me to babysit.
But and that's what and I want that for you. I want you to find somebody who loves you for you and who's willing to sacrifice for you. Because I hate to break it to everybody, love is sacrifice. It truly
It is.
is. You will have to give up something. You will have to give up your selfishness for your selflessness. You have to give up, you might have to like put your dreams on hold to make sure you building the dream of the us and then go back to it. As long as my thing is, as long as you're on this side of the dirt, you can always go back to your dream. I want to have my remember. I was in my master's in 2016.
Yeah.
Then we went through the divorce. We went through our first little like tiff. I put a leave of absence. I came back to it. I started working. We found a divorce, and then I got my master's degree last December. So the fact
Yeah.
of the matter, you can always go back to it. And though I was older, I also was wiser. I also had the patience for it. And now I'm in a better place than I ever have been, mentally, financially, all of that stuff. So to me, so like Moondog said, go get that that blueprint. Because right now you're walking around dating people or trying to date somebody, or you were dating someone without a blueprint. And you wonder why you were getting trashed.
Yeah.
You walk
That's
around the
true.
dumpsters, you walk around the dumpster and wonder why it stink. Get your ass out the junkyard and go to the place where you know good men are located. It's just that simple.
Where are they
That's why when people
located?
think about this, what in your mind, where do you think a man will be located?
A good man be located?
A good man, what would they be? I can tell you what they want. How about this? Tell me what a good man won't be on average.
Okay.
Where wouldn't they be?
They wouldn't be probably at the bar, the clubs.
Hmm.
They
Yeah,
probably would be at like church or
church is a little yes. On average, I said on average, so yes, possibly the church. Because sometimes, oh Lord, we'll
library.
leave it at
Oh, the
that.
library. Thank you,
Hey,
Vernon.
hey, who's that? That's wrong. Yeah, Vernon, you ain't lying. They can be a library. I was in the library.
Yeah,
What
library.
what did you find me at?
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's. Just having fun, playing basketball, and enjoying myself. To me, I feel like if you go to a club, you know what to expect. If I go to church, I have an idea what to expect. I have a higher chance of finding a good man in church than I will in that club. At least how it used to be. Nowadays, you probably the club and the church, they're pretty much the same thing. They pretty much the same thing nowadays in certain churches. They're pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
And
but
then
yeah,
maybe the gym. I don't know. I go to the gym, but I don't know. Maybe the gym.
the gym can be a good place. The gym can be it could be a good place because somebody
Supermarket.
they're working on. You have to
This
make sure that negative like this ties to the gym. The gym, make sure that person is working on their internal self as well as their physical self. Because you have those people who are vainglorious, who are very vain, and they have all the muscles and they look good physically, but on the inside they're either very hollow or they're very um like I don't say prideful. They're kind of very
is
like
vain.
cocky,
Okay.
and
He said
you
the
don't want to be
average
that. So
guy in the gym is vain.
thank
Yeah.
you, Vernon. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. So you gotta be real mindful
Seeking
about those guys too.
validation. Okay.
That gym can't be their whole entire life. Because again, they are seeking validation. They're trying to ensnare somebody with their physical attributes and not their works. The Bible says faith without works is dead. So my thing is, if you say something, I want to see the works of it too. When people say they're
Yeah.
working on themselves, I always ask them, what are you working on? And then when they start saying, I'm working on better communication, I'm working on this, that, and the other. And then one thing about me, the lie will always show itself. So if you say you're working on certain things, if I observe you long enough, I can dictate whether or
You in
not
the
that's
mirror
actually
more
true.
than me. He'll be in the
But
mirror more than me.
that's how it is, Vernon. That's how that be sometimes. Some people are like that. No, I was just telling Jordan, I said, don't be vain, don't be vain. Sometimes people can be very vain. They start looking at their actual physical looks and they forget to do the work of actually bettering themselves. But so yeah, so don't give
I
up.
do have a I do have a I do have a funny story for you at the mall. They were
What's it?
all live with me earlier, and I ran into that guy who was talking to me in the Cinnabon. He was there, and he gave me a different name. He's like, "Oh yeah, what was the name, everyone, that this guy gave
Yeah.
me in the mall? Let Quentin know what the name was."
That is.
I'm gonna see. Are they gonna put it?
What was this?
That's how actually.
Let's see if they're gonna put it.
I mean, Maggie. They called you. He called you Maggie. Who the hell is Maggie?
Like Meg Cincy or something?
He called her Maggie.
Like on purpose?
He saw me about a week ago and was talking to me, and I told him my name's Liz and his name was Curtis, and he had a conversation with 65 years old, so maybe he just doesn't remember. But yeah, he ran into me and I was like, crap, I have the phone in my hand. He could not remember my name.
Yeah. Yeah. That's already. First of all, 65. How old is your daddy?
My daddy's 81,
How old is your mama?
75.
So why the hell would you have your mama and daddy's little brother as a boyfriend? Tell that man
I
before
was
y'all even get down. That man will die halfway up down.
I was trying to get that
Then
AARP card.
that's if he have that. He could have that A or debt. He die and get that damn debt. Now you could put that. You could put that damn insurance policy real quick on him.
He might have dementia or something. He might have dementia. Oh, and he got Miss Sherry's number too. He was trying to get at her. He's trying to get at everybody right now.
Hey, he trying to get one last hurrah before he die and keep the bucket.
That's
Hey, Moondog, that pension is true. That pension is true because I mean, by the time I get up there, I might not even have a Social Security.
got extremely bad memory. Oh my god! And then I was sitting there talking with one of the ladies at Cinnabon, and she's like, "I don't like your pants," and I'm like, "It's okay. You don't have to like them." And everyone, and Verna's sitting there laughing about my facial expressions. It was horrible.
Oh, she didn't like your pants.
Yeah, she didn't like my pants that I had on.
Oh yeah, I love how they say you're very polite. I'm like, thank you so much. I
I did.
appreciate it. I didn't buy
I
them for
was,
you.
and then they were
Thank you.
laughing because I was driving, and I had them like there listening to me, and this lady was. I said, "This lady's on my butt," and I was like, "Oh, I can't believe her. Why doesn't she just go around?" They're like, "That's the most like polite road rage I've ever seen."
Now, let me tell you about Lizz's road rage. What it actually looks like. What she actually do when she upset, she will slow down to 65, and then she'll put her hazard lights on, and she will not speed up the entire time. She will stay with her hazard lights on at 65, and she will not move. She will keep that speed. I don't care how many cars pile up around her. She will look straight ahead. People they'll drop beside her and they'll give her that face, and she'll be like, she will not care. That's what her road rage actually looks like. Don't be fooled by it. That's what it looks like.
I told them about the hazard lights. I'm passive aggressive.
That's how it is.
I remember you were behind me on the freeway, and you saw that, and you called me and said, "Did you put your hazard lights on?"
Yeah, I saw you. I'm like, why your hazard lights on? You like, cause they on my ass. I'm gonna make sure you stay there. And she's going real slow. I'm like, man, I've been so mad. Cause you know you trying to get everybody going on the floor. Traffic is going 85, and you have one person going 65. Like, just mind their own business. They don't care. They ain't speeding up. They ain't slowing down. They're like, wow. Hey, that's true, Moondog. Better than the opposite. That's very true. That's Lizz's real road rage.
Oh, the real road rage. Oh my god.
That's I mean, it was awesome. She put me on game that way because I do the same thing too. Because I'm the follow you type road rage. I'm like, oh heck, especially my kids in the car. I'm like, oh heck no, I'll follow you all the way to your destination and roll down the window and be like, hey asshole.
Okay, listen. My road rage
We're
would
just
be
gonna
like
make sure everybody late.
yelling someone off, probably like sideswiping
Wait, which
sideswiping
order?
someone, And
He
like,
said he road rage of side swiping someone, so he going to jail. Get your bail money ready.
and also like when I got a car to complain, I'll pull up a Glock 500 and just go.
Get out
What?
of here! Get
Yeah,
out of
what,
here! Get out of
child?
this line. You put no damn Glock on road rage. Ain't worth it. The people are not
What the
worth
heck,
your
Jordan?
freedom.
We're gonna have to have a talk. This is not GTA or whatever it's called. He
Oh,
prefers
you right?
my style.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you,
Moondog. Yeah,
Moondog.
like I said, she put me on game because I used to be like, oh heck no. But yeah, hers is way better because it's hilarious. Because people get so mad. Because the thing about it is, they'll be mad when they see the hazard lights. They're like, oh my god, something is wrong with them, and nothing wrong with you. You just go on slow because they're rude. That's it. So it's kind of funny in a way.
I know. I kill people with kindness.
She does. Like
I
she was
can't
always
help
that.
it.
It was always a yin and yang type of thing. Now me and Evelyn are both yang. Me and Evelyn are equally yang. We don't play that crap. We go off on people all the time. Now I had to learn how to be nice. I'm like, oh, I have to learn how to be nice. And I'm like, Evelyn, babe, calm down. She's like, no, heck no. And Leah's all a bit. So we used to be yin and yang. I'll be ready to go up. She's like, it's not worth it. I'm like, let me see. No, you know what? It's not worth it. So it was fun. Like Leah's really she's a nice person.
Oh,
She really. That's
I
why I
know,
love going to
Moondog.
your
I'm
lives.
sorry.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
coming to no, I love coming to your live and seeing how people resonate with you. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
In
Sorry,
Houston,
sorry,
you
Moondog.
can't even talk because people here are crazy. You ain't lying, hey, Bean, you're not lying because when I was in Duval County in Florida, I'm not hunking at all because I'm liable to get shot up because people
No,
don't play around in the South. They do not play around.
no,
Everybody got the gun somewhere. So
it
yeah,
is true.
you definitely have to be mindful for sure. But you have any other questions?
I like I wrote, like I didn't. What did I write?
Or even in the chat. In the chat, do you guys have any questions
Oh
about
yeah, do you guys have questions?
relationships, healing after a divorce, how to rebuild a friendship, anything of that nature? Do y'all have any questions?
Does Jordan have any questions? I'm
I'm afraid to ask.
afraid to
dang.
ask him too. Yeah, you know what?
For what?
True.
I'm always
I
looking for
agree.
answers.
But
Jordan, you're gonna be 12 tomorrow.
yep. So Jordan, how does it feel to be 12 years old in about 5 hours, like 4 hours and 23 minutes?
Yeah. I don't feel anything at all. Like, I mean, and I was like 1 year closer to death. But
Oh my God. See, you can't ask him anything. You can't ask. So chat
1 year
chat
closer
put
to death.
so people in the chat put 12, like happy 12th birthday to Jordan, please.
I got a question for
Moondog
Jordan.
has a
Oh,
question for
Moondog.
Jordan. Okay.
Here, Jordan, get in the
All right.
camera.
Alright, what up?
Moondog has a question for you.
Okay, see.
My handsome boy.
He hasn't
Happy
said it yet.
birthday, Jordan. We're waiting for the question.
Thank you,
Bean.
Thank you. This question.
What is
What's
the
the name
name
of
of the girl?
What's the name of the girl you like? Bum, 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 bum. I'll come like this.
So listen, I'm not exactly into anyone right now, but if I am, I'll let y'all know.
Okay.
So
Oh,
no more
I'm
Olivia.
trying to work on myself first.
okay.
Oh, you're working on yourself first.
He's in his pretty boy face, trying to make sure everything is perfectly coiffed. Trying to make sure he's 10 out of 10.
He did like someone for about 4 years. 4 years.
Look at
Thank you.
Thank you, Vernon. Thank you,
Thank
Mama
you.
3. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. But Jordan did have a crush with someone for 4 years, but he finally moved on.
Yeah, he moved on from that. And you don't have to tell why, because I know you.
Because she rejected me.
It's
She
fine.
rejected you.
Rejection,
It's okay.
to me,
I bet it comes.
oh my God. All rejection is that person was not the person for you. That's how I see it.
Like I saw like chemistry, you know.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong about being rejected.
You
It's
can't get a
normal.
girlfriend before I get a boyfriend. I gotta get a boyfriend first, then you can get.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh dang! Jordan said they're gonna be so long.
I feel like maybe 45 in.
He said he'd be 35 by the time you get a boyfriend. God dang! So he said in 23 years, she'd be 64 years old.
I mean, like, they still got it at least. Some of them.
I still have God. That is true.
Vernon said that's commitment. I had a crush on a different girl every other day. God dang, Vernon. I mean, I can't lie. The person I had the lowest crush on, I had a girl. I was in love with a girl from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. Her name was Tiffany Edwards. I was
Oh,
always
you
in the
put the
background
whole
like.
name out there.
Why did you did you tell her how you felt?
We grew up together, and yeah, I did. She knew. She kept choosing someone else, and I told myself if I just remain in the friend zone, eventually she'll see me. So I was always like, hi.
Yeah.
And then eventually she got, she married somebody else and got pregnant and all that good stuff. And I'm like, oh, moving on.
Well, I just got friend zoned.
I mean, I always had a girl. I always had a girlfriend in addition, but I always kept coming back to her because that's the first crush I had.
That's okay, Jordan.
I got friend zoned.
I had a crush, but my crush ended up liking someone else, but I got over it real fast. I mean, yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, yeah, the crush definitely. I guess that's why they call it a crush.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's how you call you a crush. Because either you get the person and it turns to a relationship, or you don't get the person and you get destroyed emotionally and recover from it. So
I mean, like, I respected her like her feelings and emotions, and I just moved on.
That's good. I'm proud of you,
Jordan. Proud of you, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, like, what else are to do? Like, just move on. Cause where I was people who just stalks in the shadows. Like, I'm not going to. No.
He said he's not a person that stalks the shadows.
Well, because we have talks about this all the time, and then he says, "Yeah." I was like, "There's plenty of fish in the sea," and then he started naming all the different fishes in the sea, and
I mean, there should be 4.5 billion women on the planet. There has to be one that's for you. It has to be one. We live in a country of 300 million. So
I've got an internet.
I was just endless,
I've got an Moondog. I've got an internet crush on a girl right now, but I know from YouTube. Aw, that's cool, Moondog. That's cool. He has an internet crush. That's cool. Internet crush. I'm afraid to ask questions.
I know. I'm about to say it.
I'm afraid to ask questions.
Vernon said I was playing the field in elementary school. Actually, I was just playing the field. Moondog said she's in North Carolina. Oh, that's sweet.
North Carolina.
Maybe we can get her in one of these chats and see if she's single. We should have a dating show. We're back. Welcome back to Quentin and Lizz's dating show. Is there anyone from North Carolina who would like to come forward? We have a man.
Dad.
Not for me.
Oh.
Not for me. Are you crazy?
Oh, you about to go.
Man, he said no. Bust through this door and toss my ass out the window.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll help her too.
Stay with her.
Yeah. Evelyn is if anybody, I don't know if you ever dated a Mexican woman, if you want to, she'll come through here and I'll be, all you see that damn camera get picked up, I get beat across my head with it. I'd be in the hospital going live.
From NC, North Carolina.
I'm kind of curious. We need to figure out we need to scope the YouTube streets to figure out.
We'll go on the YouTube streets, but your secret's safe with us. No comment.
We won't say anything. But if Liz get big or if I get big enough, we'll figure it out. We'll put a shout out to our boy Moondog.
Good luck.
Look at Bean saying Mexican women are crazy, but that makes it fun. But my phone is about to die. But also, so thank you guys for joining us. I'm pretty sure Liz gonna go live after this. My phone went down like 2 seconds. I ain't pay attention until now. But thank you guys for popping by, spending time with us.
Go live? Was that a request? Okay.
Sure, for sure. But thank you guys so much.
I love you, Jordan.
Love you.
See you tomorrow.
We love you guys.
Later.
All right. Bye, everyone. Love you. I guess I'm going live again.
All right. Bye-bye.